girl, I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not, okay? This is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shakes. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
And we're back. Okay. So, okay, listen, I told you guys that I was going to be coming right back after I just finished Weekends on, which was Put a Ring on It, Ready to Love, and a little talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. But the full review is for my members only, and that means Patreon members, YouTube members, website members. Yeah. Okay, just letting everybody know. So, growing up hip hop, I believe this was the season finale. I hope this was the season finale. I don't think there is anything else to say. Tanise tells Aaliyah and Vanessa about TT's wedding, her date with JoJo, and then she talks about Sequoia being fake nice, trying to fix their issues. Of course, everyone around is like, make up with Sequoia. She's such a sweet girl. JoJo takes Tanise to talk to Sequoia. And, Tanise is like, I ain't pregnant this time, bitch. I'm ready for all the smoke. I'm ready for all the fire. I'm like, for whatever you want to bring. And I'm just like, all right, Tanise, but you still got a baby at home. And are you 100% clear? Like, what's going on? Calm down. I just feel like it's a lot. They sit and talk and admit that they were both on one. They were both on one with all the cameras around. And then they decided to just move forward. Girl, I was so bored. But Tanise explained that when Tanise explained that when Sequoia came in, when they got into it at the club, the way she came in and all of the camera people were following her, it just let Tanise know, as a veteran on this show, that some bullshit was about to take place. And because she knew some bullshit was about to take place, child, she didn't have time, okay? She didn't have time to just, pause for the cause. If she felt the shade coming up, she was going to let the shade come up. And I like that Tanise admitted that she said some things to Sequoia, that were fighting words as well. Because I did feel like everybody was acting like Tanise wasn't coming with that same energy that Sequoia was coming with. It's just Sequoia came with it first. Sequoia misunderstood the whole, I can't tell the difference between whether you and, a mother and a daughter or a daughter and a mother. It wasn't shade to you. It was just saying how young Tina's ass looks, okay? But when we really look at her, we can tell that she not your mom. That you're not her mama and she's not your daughter. We can see that, okay? Calm the fuck down. Everybody was on one. Which made me feel like hoes be out here doing stuff they don't want to tell you that they doing. But I'm going to move on from there. Egypt tells Peppa that she and Sam are eloping after they pushed his court date back again. Peppa goes from wine to Hennessy upon this news that Egypt and Sam are eloping the next day. Peppa is like, why? Are you pregnant? Why? And Egypt says, no, I'm not pregnant, but we know in those pictures that we saw, she looked pregnant. So I'm confused. Pepper asked what Sam said when Egypt told him that she wanted to get married tomorrow. And she was like, well, he didn't really want to do it. And Pepper says, then he should stand his ground. He should not show up. And I'm like, well, Pepper, you know he's not going to do that. You know he's not going to do that. I really feel like Sam thinks he's so smart because Sam is one of those reverse psychology using motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Trying to reverse the psychology on you. Telling you, no, I don't think you should do that. I don't want you to do that. But really deep down, that's exactly what they want you to do. Evil genius shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel about the Egypt and Sam situation. The way he manipulates her, the way he manipulated the whole situation, the way Pepper now seems to be singing a different tune. She was all behind Sam and for him, but now that the dust is settling and she's realizing that her daughter is head gone behind a bum ass nigga that's been, basically leeching off of Pepper all this time, Pepper is feeling like, oh girl, how you ready to get married and you asking me for rent money? How you ready to get married and you and this man just moved out of my house? Please explain to me what you expect to happen going forward once you've become a wife. Are you expecting me, your mama, to still take care of you and your husband? Because you know that's not how any of this goes. That's not how any of this goes. And I think that it's so funny that Tretch is the one that wants to be like, oh, let's just support her because nobody could tell us no when we wanted to get married. But you know that things were different, Tretch, because you were famous too. You had money too. It was a different situation when you and Pepper decided to get married. This is somebody that's taking advantage of your daughter. But I've told y'all time and time again that Tretch sees his craziness in Sam, which is why he's so okay with their relationship. I already told y'all that he viewed the relationship between Sam and Egypt the way he viewed his relationship with Pepper, which was all this passion and fire and toxicity that they eventually got out of. But for the most part, was still a positive experience for them, seeing as though they had their children and, their fame was heightened because of their marriage and all of that shit. But I still feel like, Tretch, you ignoring a lot, and I don't know why. Like, if I understand that you walking around making this nigga feel scared, but he's still handling your daughter the way he handling your daughter, and you just sitting there like it's cool. And I don't understand that at all. Like, I actually appreciated Pepper's apprehension. I appreciated Pepper being like, oh no, but I also feel like it's because Tretch isn't the one that people go to for money, probably. Like, I'm also wondering, why is it that Egypt is always, Pepper wasn't there, mom wasn't there. It's like, was Tretch there? Because the same business that Pepper was in, Tretch was in. The same tours that Pepper was on, Tretch was on. So I'm just trying to understand. And I just mean, like, in later years, Salt-N-Pepa and Naughty by Nature have toured a lot together. So I'm trying, not even just in later years, in the years back in the day too. But I can understand that Salt-N-Pepa was touring a little bit more and had more shows than Naughty by Nature. But I'm still trying to understand, why is it just towards Pepper about not being there when it was obvious that both of them probably weren't there for Egypt the way they should have been. So I don't know why all the blame is going on Pepper. Blame the woman, I guess. Either way, Egypt says that Sam and her have taught each other so much in Pepper's absence. And I felt like, well, that was passive aggressive. Your mom isn't saying what you want her to say about this shit show of a wedding. And so now you're going to throw it in her face that she hasn't always been there for you as a way to guilt her into supporting this shit show of a marriage. Okay, got it. Pepper calls Maureen for advice because obviously Maureen has sense. And Pepper doesn't know if she wants to go to the wedding. And she told Egypt, I don't know if I'm coming. And I didn't like that she did that, because I felt like that was some childish shit that she did. Like, you want to stress your daughter out, but you've been supporting her and this dumbass boy the whole time. And now you want to try to tough love it? Like, you should have had this attitude about him beforehand, instead of waiting until she tells you she wants to marry him after he already proposed and asked for her hand in marriage and y'all said okay. Pepper, come on. Yeah, no, I see you, Kaylina. I see what you're saying. But I'm gonna leave that in the comments for now. So Pepper explains, says to Maureen she doesn't want to take care of Egypt and her husband, and that being a wife means the situation is different. And it is. You know what I'm saying? Tretch and his wife, I always forget his wife's name, meet up with Sam in Egypt at the studio, and Lazy and Tretch talk to Sam about the changes that he needs to make in his life, i.e., stop drinking and drugging so you can stop getting yourself in stupid situations. And Sam says that Egypt told him that they're eloping. I said, what kind of pussy ass shit is this? He obviously said that to take some of the heat off himself. Oh, Egypt said we're getting married. Even though that's what happened, I don't like that you did that. Like, I don't like that you did that at all. Like, no, I already did Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's not in this video. This video is Growing Up Hip Hop and Love After Lockup. I already did Weekends on. Because I see somebody in the comments saying no to JW, and JW asked if they missed Love and Marriage Huntsville, and yeah, you did. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for the super sticker, JW. Okay, so I didn't like the way that Tretch was like, I gave you my blessing before, so I'm gonna give you my blessing now. Things have happened that you're not happy with, and he's still not taking care of your daughter the way he's supposed to. He put her in harm's way. You're threatening him, and yet you still feel like he's a good option for like, this is bothering me, because I feel like if at any point Tretch had explained to Egypt that he didn't think that Sam was good enough or the right catch, even if he was still going to support her, but still expressed that he doesn't feel like Sam is ready to be her husband, I feel like she may have been more inclined to listen. But the fact that he didn't say anything, the fact that he just goes along with it, I'm disappointed in Tretch. I'm disappointed in Tretch, and I wish he would take the sunglasses off so I can look into his eyes and see what the fuck is going on in his mind that has him in 1 minute not being happy with Sam because of his decisions, and then in the second saying that, yeah, it's still okay for you to marry my daughter even though you don't have your shit together, you might be going to jail, you got kids you don't take care of, and my ex-wife is funding your lifestyle, but yeah, you can marry my daughter. Like, Tretch, what is that? Tretch, he's not like you. I know you see the crazy and the misunderstood and the music and the drugs and all of that, and you think that it's similar to your situation, but you were not living off of Pepper, from what I understand. So I feel like he's seeing himself and Sam in a way that is not healthy or helping his daughter make a good decision in who she chooses to marry. But they ain't never been paying attention to what was right for them children, I guess. So I'm not even going to argue about it. I'm not even going to feel that strongly about it, Tretch. I'm going to just sit here and shake my head and be disappointed in the fact that you and your wife just let your daughter be groomed and manipulated by a crazy nigga that's leeching off of y'all. Pepper wasn't going to show up at first because she went to Eric's event, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But she showed up apprehensively. And then Tretch and Tretch's ex-wife, and Tretch's current wife has to tell her to go back there and talk to Egypt because she needs her support, and they understand that they wouldn't be happy, Old girl said, if this were my kid, I wouldn't want it like this either, but I still think it's important to show support. And I get that, but I still feel like I wish y'all would have been in more solidarity with Pepper and expressed that y'all didn't think this was the right thing to do. Because it's obvious that y'all don't think it's the right thing to do, but you don't want to ostracize Egypt, so y'all are going to go along with it. And I just didn't like that. Pepper went back there and talked to Egypt and basically said, I love you, I'm going to support you, and, whatever. And they get married. And Tretch had to tell her to look happy. And I was just like, I really wish you would have had this energy years ago when everybody was trying to get Egypt to not be with Sam, when TT and Maureen and Brianna and Tyran and everybody was saying that Sam isn't good for Egypt. I wish you would have felt the need to have this type of fear now. had this type of fear that you have now then. I wish you would have felt like this then. And maybe it would have changed the course of this relationship. Maybe not. But at least you would have said the truth of what you felt like was right for your daughter. And I don't feel like anybody is really vocalizing that to her that she will listen to. She's not going to listen to TT. She's not going to listen to Brianna. But if my mom and my dad are telling me we love you, but this is not the way it should be, and we mean he's not a good husband for you because he can't provide for you, because he has an unstable future right now, and that is not a good way to start a marriage. That's not good circumstances to start a marriage. I know you feel like you love him, but your brain isn't even fully formed yet. How about we wait? How about we wait until 26, 27 before we make life-altering decisions like marrying niggas that could be going to jail for 5-10 years, or have to pay back restitution money that's going to come out of your check and Pepper check, child? No. I know a lot of y'all think that this case that he has is fake. It may be. I don't know. Let's move on to Eric, and then I'm going to read y'all comments. Eric throws this event for his dad just so he could get his rocks off on all of the OGs, i.e., DJ Yella and Corrupt, telling him how much he reminds them of his dad. Like, y'all could tell that's all he wanted to hear. And I almost feel like it's not about his dad. It's about him. It's not about his dad. It's about him. It's not about Easy. It's about you being able to get the love and admiration from the people who respect Easy, for you to get that feeling. And that's how you get it when they come up to you and tell you how much like your daddy you are. And I really wish you would just become your own man and stop trying to put your daddy on like a fucking costume so you can feel good about yourself, Eric. Like, just stand on your own 2 feet. I know everybody's speaking all of this good shit about you, but Corrupt is a fucking alcoholic. And I don't know DJ Yella, but I know a lot of these niggas in hip hop mentally are problematic. So I won't trust their opinions of you. I'm going to trust what I see of you, which is a man that does bitch ass shit. And you continue to do, especially when you had to reference yet again that TT and Sean may not have invited you to the wedding because y'all had a flirtatious past. Say it one more time because we don't believe it. Anyway, Sequoia, Tina, Tyran, and Pepper walked in at the same time. Twist tells Pepper that he loves her for the legend that she is. Y'all know Twist high and probably feeling bad about the last time he got into it with Pepper. So now he won't act like he got some respect for her. All right, fine. Sequoia, okay, wait, hold up. Cree walked in. Sequoia don't want to talk to her. Tina wants them to squash beef, but Sequoia says, I'm not forcing shit. But ultimately, Cree and TT were able to have a come to Jesus moment where we find out that Cree is just online being messy and petty on Twitter. And TT is like, girl, I don't want no problems, but you're going to stop playing with me on these internets. I was actually on TT side. I was like, so you really are out there like shading her for no reason? Like, why y'all, like, y'all, the show is boring. Nothing is even really happening. And y'all are like fully engaging in online beef for growing up hip hop. I guess if that's what you want to do, but I don't understand it, Cree. You're going to have to explain to me what your issue with TT is at this point. Because I get not liking TT. TT move funny style to me. But I'm not about to be online talking about and subliminally shading bitches that I don't care about. I'm just not doing that. Like, I might talk about them to my friends, but I'm not going to be on social media using up my platform to talk about people and throw subliminals at mother. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck out of here. Thank you, Barb Meets World, for the super chat. And where the fuck was Tyran? Exactly. Child, somewhere not being involved in this fugazi foolishness. Y'all think Cree is jealous? I hope not. I hope there's another reason for it, but that's a possibility, especially when I think about some of the things that Cree has said and done. And I feel like maybe she feels a way, because she isn't the, how can I say this without sounding fucked up? Cause like y'all know I don't really like TT like that, but I think TT comes off like she's above, and then I think TT bleaches, and I think that TT has this proximity to whiteness that can be envied by people who get picked on for being far from whiteness, If that makes sense. If that makes sense. But I feel like it makes sense. Okay. Read these comments. I feel Tretch and Pepper weren't pushing hard in the beginning because it would have made her rebel. I think they were hoping she would get him out of her system, but it backfired. Now they're married. That's why you still got to speak your piece and then you got to go home, but you got to speak your piece. Sorry if you answered this, but why wasn't Tyran there? I did not, and I do not know, but I assume it's because he was not with the shits. I also feel like, a lot of things like indoor probably need vaccines and shit, and Tyran ain't getting vaccinated, so he can't take indoors without a mask. It's all kind of shit that's probably going on. Hey, Rambo Ricardo, he got with Egypt when she was 18 and fresh off a breakup, red motherfucking flag all around that. Hold up. Motherfucking flags all red MF flags all around that only the people who were pushed away and pushed out saw. This is very, very true. What's going on, Cam? Not even just TT, Brianna, and Tyran. We told her, as we've been doing the reviews for this show, telling Pepper to get her daughter away from him. They weren't listening to us. They thought we were crazy and hating. Who's a deadbeat dad? Sam? That man had 2 children. He's not even there for. That's like, that's not a red flag to them. Like, hello. They say that, yeah, jail storyline is fake. I'm so sick of Lil Easy and his dad being his storyline. Did he even have a relationship with his father? I don't even think so. He's getting opportunities because of who his dad was. Eric is lame for profiting off of his dad's fame, using his likeness. Coleslaw voice, hilarious. Eric doesn't have a real personality, identity crisis much. Yeah, he needs to go in therapy and deal with that. I really want to like Cree, but she is annoying. Cree is jealous of TT. Yeah, she stays shading TT and Sequoia on Twitter. It's annoying. Yeah, it is boring because the storylines are fake and they don't want to share their life. I don't see why she would be, except maybe the baby. I missed the first part of that. They didn't tell Tyran about the wedding. Cree always got to bring up her business as a flex. I wonder where Savannah and Stevie J are. I feel like last week they tried to touch on Savannah and whatever she be going through. And Cree tried to talk to Savannah. And it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm not trying to hear that, but okay, I'm trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if I talked about it, but I know that Cree tried to talk to Savannah about the way she was acting, and Savannah was like, I don't give a fuck. But then I'm in therapy trying to work on my anger issues that I know I have. I just remembered, and now that they are married, Egypt gonna be on the hook for that child support. Ooh, he needs to get rid of them braids. Yeah, Eric. Makes sense because TT can't even blend her hair well. He was selling coke out of his shared apartment with Egypt when they moved in together. His ex-roommate and Brianna confirmed that. Well, he looks like he's on it now. I don't think she's jealous. She's just trying to have something going on the show. That makes sense too. I honestly don't think any of these people have anything going on. Apparently, I don't know why this show is even still on. Neither do I. I don't even know why I'm reviewing it. I think TT and Egypt drama was set up for a spinoff, and then that didn't happen. Child. Deception. Disgrace. Yeah, I must have skipped over that part where Cree goes to talk to Savannah. She's defensive and unyielding. Cree says that she's mad at Stevie. Savannah says that she's in therapy. Her mom physically abused her. In the confessional, she says it's a learning lesson. I forgot to talk about that in the last review about Savannah and Cree's talk. But I wanted to talk about Savannah for a second before I move on, because Savannah saying that her mom like physically abused her and then not having Stevie J there, y'all, somebody emotionally like, I just said abuse, but like when I hear that, y'all, that makes me feel like nobody loved Savannah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the mom is physically abusing you and hitting you every time she gets upset, that's a lot. And then the softer parent who doesn't do that is a fucking psycho who's hardly ever there and is a womanizer. So there's a coldness from both parents. And y'all wonder why Savannah is the way she is. It's because neither one of her parents provided her with a warm, cushy space to be in. Neither one of her parents offered her some type of safety. And that became obvious in just that little moment that we saw of Savannah. I really wish they would have explored that with her a lot more. But we got a whole bunch of, boring ass edits from y'all main characters that we didn't care about. The real storyline was somebody needed to be sitting in Savannah's therapy sessions to get more tea on that mama. Stevie J act like he's such a good dad. He's not. See, what I'm starting to notice is that a lot of men care more about how things look than how they really are. So if being around their kids, makes it look like they're parenting, then that's good enough. But they don't actually need to be there on a daily basis for the hard shit, for the stuff that nobody sees, you know? And so then they can use the moments when they're the fun dad as a way to show that they care about their kids and they're a good father. But to me, good fathers are there when they don't feel like it. Good fathers are there when they get off work after microaggressions from white people and, fight their angry alcoholism so that they can help their child with their homework. Okay? Fix their children a plate of food after they didn't worked all day. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like real good dads do the basics for their kids, even when it's tiring for them. And what I find is that niggas like Stevie J leave the women that they have these children with to do all the heavy lifting and then come in and be fun dad when it's convenient, and then they get to be looked at as a good dad, but they're really not. So I forgot about that part, but yeah. And Brianna had that same situation with her dad. I feel like unfortunately her mama took the anchor she had for Stevie out on her. And I'm wondering, did she do that with the son? Because doesn't she have, like, Savannah has a son? I mean, a brother, two brothers, I believe. So I think Stevie might have had 3 kids with this lady, 2 boys in Savannah. She never had a chance to put her guards down growing up. Exactly, right. Exactly. Using money as a replacement. And we keep telling y'all money is not a replacement for time and love. That's so true, Bondi. A lot of men care about the way things look. And exactly. And then whenever you try to hold them accountable for how they really are, then they want to be mad at you for pointing out how things really are. You trying to make me look bad. Nigga, no, this is the way it is. And you just want me to pretend it's not like this for your image. Because that's all that matters is how it looks, right? Her parents failed her. She grew up on survival and not love. She's always in defense mode and it comes off as angry. Yeah. The oldest brother was very vocal about how terrible Stevie was. He's in jail now. Ooh. The fun dad comes in and makes it hard on the moms doing all the hard work. Yep. Stevie has a good daughter doing good in college. Oh yeah? Where? That's the other one, right? I wonder if she have a different mama. I saw an old video of Stevie J at a party and he walked in with two women pregnant. Child, ain't shit. Look at how Stevie acting now and Jocelyn acting and their daughter having to go. Yeah, poor Bonnie Bella. Poor Bonnie Bella, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's move on to Love After Lockup, bitch. Love After Lockup was a mess. And I'm tired of Love After Lockup being an hour and a half and 2 hours. Where do y'all get this from? Who asked y'all for this? Is the question. But let's go ahead and get into Rick and Radine, y'all. Hold up. Before I do that, can y'all do me a favor? It's almost 300 of y'all in the room. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Is it Arena? Thank you for that, love. Y'all like the video for me though. Y'all, I get so excited when I have Gymshark stuff on the way. Y'all, I love how my butt and my legs been looking, and stuff like that, because this challenge has been like off the chain. I low-key want to get the upgraded. Okay, so let me come off camera right quick before we get into Rick and Radine, child, for my workout people. So I don't know how many of y'all are doing the lose tummy, keep the curve challenge, but it is like heavy lifting on the bottom half. Like I've been lifting, 35, 30-pound dumbbells and shit, and that's like difficult. And it's so funny because I can deadlift about 40 to 60 pounds when I was in the gym. But after Christmas, I haven't been back in the gym like that since. And I started this challenge. So I've been doing this challenge. And now I feel like I just want to I want to have my own personal set of heavy weights for when I don't want to go to the gym. And I feel like I might go ahead and pay for Kiara's like upgraded version of her gym, since I use her gym stuff so much, and it has a lot of the workouts from the old challenges, and nothing gets you together like her challenge workouts, bro. Jesus Christ. Because I feel like if anything has really helped me gain muscle in my legs and in my butt and all of that, is definitely this challenge that we're doing, and I kind of want to keep it so that I can continue to use it, throughout my workouts when I'm not in challenge. But it's just that it costs the same amount of money as the gym membership that I have. So it makes me feel like I maybe need to invest in my own home set of dumbbells and shit. That way I can let go of my gym membership and really just do everything at home. Cause like I like going to the gym sometimes, but it's really just because of the weights. You have adjusted weights. Okay. I saw some on Amazon that's like different colors, and you could break the barbells down or something like that. Cause it goes from being like a barbell to a dumbbell, and then you could just adjust the weight. I've been looking at them. Y'all give me some, if y'all in the Discord and stuff, give me some recommendations and shit in the fitness tab for weights and stuff. Cause I really do feel like I might do better just having my own set. So I can just pay, $40 all the way to her, instead of the gym and her, and I'm only doing her workouts most of the time. I know y'all in my life. Niggas said, okay, hold up. My lower body hurts. You too? I had to, let me tell, before I move on, let me support another YouTuber because they shit off the chain. And it's so funny because my massage therapist also, I have 2 different CBD ointments that work very, very well. One I'm about to start selling, will help and sell, because my massage therapist came out with her line, and I love my massage therapist, and she asked me to advertise for her, and I've used her stuff, and it does work very well. But last night I was upstairs and I didn't want to come back downstairs for her stuff. So I got my Lovely Tea stuff. Both of them are CBD, y'all. So it's whatever. But Lovely Tea's CBD muscle pain like ointment. Do you hear me? But when I start advertising for my massage therapist stuff, don't think that I'm, both work, y'all. I just had one upstairs and one downstairs. But shout out to Lovely Tea, because girl, when I say I laid in the bed and rubbed that shit in my in my leg and my hip, because my hip was like hurting to the touch. Okay, hurting to the touch. Do you hear me? And it definitely feel better now. So shout out to her. I'm gonna give y'all the plug and all of that, but y'all definitely check out Lovely Tea CBD line, because that shit definitely helped me last night. You about to cancel your gym membership too? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I like my little gym membership, but I really like doing stuff from my house. I don't like being around people. And I don't like having to put on masks and all of that. And I feel the need to do that in the gym. So I would much rather have my own set. I think I might go ahead and invest in my own set of like heavy weights. Because Lyric has some, but I want my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go check out Lovely Tea's her stuff. Like Hannah spelled Lovely Tea right if you don't know how to spell it. That's Lovely Tea. But you could Google Lovely Tea CBD line and it should come up. Cause I can't think of the name right now. But her stuff is amazing. So yeah, y'all. Rick and Radine. Let's go ahead and get into it. Rick and Radine. Okay, so y'all, we found out that, first of all, let me take a second, because this shit is so problematic. So it's Thanksgiving, and Rick and Radine are going to Radine's parents' house for Thanksgiving. Radine puts her girlfriend from prison, Kate, on FaceTime so that they can all have dinner together. So literally, Rick is sitting there with his best friend there to support him. I forgot the best friend name, but she said that she and Rick have done so much to make sure that Radine is comfortable when she got out of prison, right? So she feeling a way about sitting at this table and watching this girl set the phone up so that they can all talk to and have conversation with Kay, her girlfriend in jail. Now, I know everybody is inclined to feel like Ray Dean is fucked up for this, but I personally feel like Rick is a creepy old man that set his sights on a 18, 19-year-old girl before she went to jail. Okay, 10 years ago, I think, right? She's 29. Yeah. So 10 years ago, before Ray Dean went to jail, Rick was hanging around her, being a 39, 40-year-old man trying to fuck a 18, 19-year-old girl, which is problematic within itself. When she went to jail, you decided to extend yourself to her in hopes that you would guilt her into sleeping with you and being with you. And I don't like that, because I feel like you old men act like women are taking advantage of you and your money and you being old, but really you do things for girls so that they will feel indebted to you. Because Ray Dean went home and fucked Rick because she felt indebted to him. Not because she into him, not because she want him, but because she felt indebted to him. She said it was just a friendship up until 5 years ago. So that tells me that you were doing shit for her and talking to her romantically, and she felt like, well, I need stuff and he's trying to help me and I know him. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell him what he wants to hear and allow him to help me. And you knew she would, because who else was going to help her meth head in jail ass? Okay? So you put yourself in a position to be of service to her as if you were doing it out of the kindness of your heart, but you were doing it because you wanted to fuck her, because you wanted to be with her. And so now that she's out, she's doing what was promised, but it's not what she wants. She wants to be with Kay. She wants to be with the woman that's her age that she met at prison. And now you sitting there looking like a fucking duck, wanting us to feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you, Rick. You're a creepy old man that tried to take advantage and guilt a young girl into being with you, and it's going to blow up in your face because, look, I'm sorry, but Ray Dean told you, I'm very serious about Kay. She's not going anywhere. The love I feel for her is real. And then right after Rick and Ray Dean got up the next morning, his ass all happy-go-lucky because he just got some of that young meth puss. Child teeth. Okay, he just got some of that puss. He all happy. She upstairs talking about how she was thinking about Kay when she was fucking him. If you think it's gonna last, it's not. If you think they're gonna stay together, they not. What y'all saying? That woman ain't getting out anyway. He might as well deal with it. I know, right? I think she's gonna be in for 25 years. That's what they said. Hey, I love y'all. Rick and Ray Dean is playing each other and need to end that relationship. Rick is creepy and gross. When she said, it's what he wanted, I was like, yeah, she doing that because she feel like she owe him something. Not mothballs. She had no choice but to be a meth head with a name like Ray Dean. Oh yeah, her daddy did her a disservice. More like a naked mole rat. He do look like a naked mole rat. Kim Possible. Fuck Rick. So I don't feel bad for him at all with his child offender having. That's what I'm saying, y'all. That's what I am saying. Just because you still want to fuck her when she's 29 don't mean that you wasn't a creepy ass man trying to fuck a 19-year-old when you were 40, you nasty old fucker. Anyway, y'all, moving on. Who's the next couple? It's not them. We're gonna wait on them. Where is Indy and Harry's ass at? I can come back on camera because I actually have the old one, and I haven't cared enough to go back in and redo these graphics, but I will, because I'm gonna have to start doing them. I told y'all we got the live situation seems to be good on the website, so I'm gonna be doing more lives on the website moving forward. Some of these, shows will still be here, but they might be done on the website first, as a live, and then put on YouTube. So y'all become members of the website because there is content there that's free that's not on YouTube. So, support your girl transition to having her own platform. Thank you. It is greatly appreciated. All right. Indy and Harry. Y'all, Indy and Harry make my head hurt. Okay. So the last time we saw Harry, he went by his homeboy house to get, smoked out, drunked out, and talk about how he can't take the pressure of being with Indy and Indy wanting him to be a husband and a father to her child, and it's too much pressure, and he just got out of jail and all of this shit, right? She's angry with him because he was supposed to come straight home. He's supposed to spend every night at his sister's house and not at his homeboy house, drinking and smoking, doing everything against his fucking probation. Okay? So when she questioning him, he gonna talk about, you not my PO and you talking to me like I'm your child. How you want to be married to me and this what you doing? You bugging. And why you want to be married to somebody that cheated on you anyway? Somebody that ain't even say they was sorry to you. You want me to treat you like a queen and I just got out of jail. I don't have it to give you. And she says, listen, at the end of the day, I don't know what type of person you think I am, but I'm not the type of person that's going to be moving my child back and forth for just no anybody. So I'm not just doing this by the seat of my pants. I was like, I don't know what's happening in this conversation, but Indy, you are not listening to Harry telling you that he does not have the capacity or the bandwidth to give you what you are asking for or what you need. And he thought he could when he was in jail, but now that he's out, he realizes that he can't. He was saying in the confessional how overwhelmed he feels. And we knew he would feel like that because he was a child when he went in. He's a child in a man's body coming out, and you're expecting him to fall into the role of someone that has actually lived a life. Like, he's been in jail. He ain't lived no life. He a child. He a child that's disruptive and just wants to keep getting in trouble to act out because he was abused and fucked over as a child. Okay, like Harry is just out here acting out all of his childhood trauma all over the fucking place, and you think that he gonna be something good to you. And he just flat out told her that he didn't have the capacity, and she still finds a way to wrap him up in happily ever after. Indy, if you want to be a fool then, girl. Be a fool then, girl. The man told you he cheated on you and didn't apologize, and you sitting up in here going back and forth with him about why you want to be with him. I cannot. His family came over so that they could redo that night when he got out of jail. And Indy went ahead and made herself and her baby ghost. So they sat there and tried to talk shit about her. And I thought it was hilarious. First of all, we can all agree that Indy is moving too fast, requiring way too much out of this little ass nigga. And on top of that, doing way too much as it pertains to making her daughter feel dependent upon this man. Yes, his sisters and mom were right about all of that. But sisters, where are y'all baby daddies at? Where are the men in y'all's lives at? Because y'all look like a bunch of single mothers too. So I think it's so funny that y'all were so judgmental of Indy, like y'all have made so many good decisions. Y'all have produced this nigga. So if she wants to be with him and y'all feel like something is wrong with her, then you need to feel like something is wrong with your brother, and more specifically that y'all family ain't all the way wrapped too tight to be out here trying to judge somebody when this is the young man that y'all put out into the fucking world. Okay? Now let's back it all the way up. That mama in her fucking eyebrows. I swear, I can't stand you. You know, I'm happy to be white Latina old bitches. Like, you can tell. I'm so glad to be white Latina. That's his mama, right? His mom with her fucking eyebrows. You really serious about this girl? Because she's coming off as desperate. He said, hold up. She may seem desperate, but she's just trying to find somebody to help her and be a father to her child. Did you have a father? I didn't have a father. None of us grew up with fathers. And then he goes into how you can't really talk. This is what he was saying to his mom. You can't really talk about Indy because you went and got you a nigga to lay up with your children and beat on us while you was at work. To me, it was like, you don't even have the room to judge Indy. I may not be shit, but at least I'm not beating up on her kid. You went and got with a man that fucked your kids up. And you got the audacity to want to judge Indy? He said, hold up. That lady's intentions are pure. You weren't even there for me when I went to jail. Harry is still mad at the fact that his people wasn't there for him when he went to jail. I honestly feel like if you do what they said that you did, I don't have to be there for you while you in jail. I don't know where you niggas get this shit from that somebody owes y'all a prison sentence. Nobody owes you a prison sentence. Yeah, it's very nice when shit happens,
people be victims of their circumstances and their family still be around to help their mental so that if they get out of jail, they can have a better life moving forward. But a lot of y'all be career criminals and just expect that when y'all go to jail, y'all mama, sisters, and girlfriends are supposed to put their shit and everything they got going on to the side so that they can come and be there for you in prison as you are on punishment. Nigga, I am not meeting you by the gate to drop off snacks when your ass is on punishment. Fuck you. You on punishment. I am not. I am not. Okay, Martell comes to mind, you know, the Martell on this show. But I feel like Harry feels that way too. And I feel like y'all really need to stop feeling that entitlement that people have to spend jail sentences with you. They do not. Him and his mammy cry and forgive each other. And then him and Indy go to see a psychic and end up getting pulled over by the police. It still doesn't make sense to us why the police pulled him over in the first place. But either way, they pulled him over, gave him a ticket, and told Indy that her ass has to drive since she's the only one in the car with a fucking license. What was you thinking about? And then they put it on his license that he was white. I'm like, well, I guess they weren't racially profiling you when they pulled you over since he thought you was white. Anyway, thank you, Serena, for the super chat. I think the sisters are older and may have started off wrong, but have now overcame whatever they went through. But Harry haven't had the chance yet. I would believe that if I did not see that the sister they living with is pregnant and I don't see no man around. Call me fucked up. But I think it's funny that everybody, you know, I don't see any of y'all having men around. I didn't see any men in y'all family but him. And y'all sitting up here judging Indy very severely. Basically, what we're saying is we feel like they don't like Indy because Indy's black. That's what we're saying. We feel like they are the white Latinas and they don't want their white Latina son, brother, mixing with the black Latina girl. Even though the white Latina girls can go out there and get pregnant by all of the niggas in the hood, though, and bring their little, you know, biracial Latina kids back on to grandma's house for her to watch. So that, they, you know, grandma can talk bad about their kinky hair and all of that. Y'all ain't shit. Babe, can you take that chicken out of the refrigerator? I'm surprised they didn't arrest him like they did Michael. Why are you surprised? Didn't you just hear me say that they said he was white? That mama was fake crying. There's a darkness with that one. Oh, you felt it too, huh? I think him being mad they weren't there for him while he was in jail is stemming from his childhood trauma and not feeling protected or enough. Oh, definitely. His openness about his emotions definitely made me feel bad for him, and it made me understand why Indy feels protective the way she does. Indy has the patience of Job with that nigga. And I think that's why he loves her, because he didn't receive that from his mama. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can I shun this woman for loving me in a way that I feel like my own family don't love me? Yeah, I had to tell my ex-husband this in our 20s. Now he's in his 40s still doing it. Doing what? I agree, girl. My brother in jail now, 6+ months. It's only so much you can do. And I also feel like when y'all be out here living that life like that, stop expecting people to you know, like you did it. You did it. You made a decision. This is your decision. Stick with your decision. Don't be mad at me. I didn't go to jail. And you don't have no sense. Not patience. No, she has patience, but she ain't got no sense either. Harry's sister's baby daddy could be there, but just isn't on camera the same way that Indy's twin didn't want to be on camera. This is true. This is true. This is true. You are absolutely right about that. This is true. You're right. It wasn't the first time he drove her car. He did it the first night she went to pick him up. Yeah, because she's stupid. She's stupid. Listen, I'm not saying the sisters are wrong, but I'm just saying I feel like the sisters are extra judgy of Indy in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable. That's all. It starts to feel a little racial. You know what I'm saying? Like you're judging Indy for making some of the same mistakes that you probably made. We're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go. I said that too about the sister, but figured they probably with some jail dudes or ain't shit ass dudes either who didn't want to appear on camera. That's what I felt like. I felt like they was probably with some ain't shit ass niggas. Nobody has to ride with you through jail, birds, they right, jailbirds, they don't owe you that. Especially because when y'all get out, y'all disrespect the fuck out of everybody. Speaking of disrespecting the fuck, y'all can't get my words together. Speaking of disrespecting the fuck out of people, let's talk about Kayla and Martell. So she goes to, y'all, this shit made me so mad. She goes to lunch with his mom, right? And they talk about how they have been a support system for each other and for him. So basically, when he was in jail, okay, they supported him and kept him positive, put money on his books, talked to him, and went to see him to the point of tiring themselves out. And when they would tire out, the mama would need a break and she would call Kayla, and Kayla would go and take up, the responsibility of being there for Martell, and vice versa. That mama sat there and cried about how hard it was for her and how she was grateful for Kayla helping her and how she could not just, she said, people just throw their children away and I can't do it. And I understood what she was saying. But to me, mama, you're one of those moms that feels like enabling and coddling is support. And you don't know the difference between the two. Y'all don't know how to love y'all children without validating them in their bad decisions. Martell seems like the type of man that you have told his whole life that he was great and he was doing good and making excuses. You basically made excuses for Martell being ain't shit his whole life. And that's why he ended up in jail. And that's why he's sitting before you now ain't shit. Because you making excuses for him and taking his prison sentence on as something that you can bear. Like his mom actually said, he's not going back to jail if it's the last thing I do. And I'm just like, ma'am, you are not walking around inside your son's body. How do you think you're going to be able to stop him from going back to jail? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you even talking about, ma'am? But that made me so mad, y'all. That made me so mad that it was expected for Kayla to give up her life to be there for this man, and she did do that. She may not have not slept with other people like he asked of her, which I feel like would have been a foolish thing to do, but she still gave up way too much to be supportive of him and to be there for him and his mama. For him to get out of jail, come to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment that she didn't work to get for him to complain about crumbs on the fucking stove and the laundry that she didn't get a chance to finish. Yeah, y'all. She went to pick him up, brought him to the place that she didn't got together, and that nigga say, "Oh, you should clean the stove before you leave the kitchen. Look like you got some laundry to do too." She walking him around a brand new apartment with stainless steel appliances and nice marble countertops and a long, clean hallway. And this nigga focusing on the laundry that is sitting on top of the washing machine and the dryer and the little bit of crumbs that she had on that nice gas stove. That turned into an argument. He talking about how he clean and, he needs things to be a certain way. And his cell was always so clean. I said, nigga, you think you can compare your little 4x6 cell to this whole two bedroom? First of all, Martell, when you can provide this for her, then you can talk about how clean it is. Because I would have been like, at least I have a stove. Do you have a stove? Have you been able to buy a stove? Can you purchase an apartment? Can you go and get an apartment on your credit and your record? Let me know. Can you go and get a washing machine and a dryer? Let me know, Martell. Let me know. Martell is an ain't shit nigga. Martell is he made that fight with her so that he would be able to leave. He didn't want to spend all that time with her. He wanted to go and see that apartment, I guess, get out the house, and then he wanted to get out of the halfway house or whatever so he can go fuck on who he really wanted to go fuck on. He talked to her bad, and then she still came outside and was like, so do you understand why I'm upset? Girl, that conversation was stupid. You should have never came outside asking him if he understand. He ignored her. He was texting somebody, and then he had somebody come and get him. He made that fight with her so that he would be able to leave. Crumbs on the stove, a stove you can't buy with credit that you don't have, apartment that you can't get because they don't allow felons to just come and live anywhere. But you got so much to say about crumbs in laundry. And she was saying all the right shit. If you got a problem with it, why you don't clean it up? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with your hands? And all he could say is, well, it was just questions. It's going to be how it's going to be. And now she coming at me all crazy. I don't want to hear that shit. Well, guess what, Martell? She didn't want to hear that shit from you about the stove not being clean. Now that she's upset because you done came at her and called her trifling, so to speak, Now she's the one that's ruining the moment. Y'all, it's gaslighting and flipping it on a motherfucker. I mean, the type of mind games he played with that girl, like me at 30, at 33, looked at that situation and was like, don't talk to him ever again in life. Anybody that would look at that apartment that you got for them, that you set up for them to be comfortable, and wanted to focus on those little bitty things, a nigga that can't do anything for you, got the audacity to complain about something that small, he don't need to be in your life at all. At all, y'all, at all. Child, Sam kids ain't never nowhere. All while eating her hot Cheetos and making crumbs all up and through the apartment. Martell not allowed to have stuff in, like, right, you're not allowed to have a washing machine and dryer in your cell. So how are you going to tell us about keeping the concrete clean? Martell picked a fight so he could leave. He knew what he was doing. And the audacity to answer by saying, yes, ma'am, I'm too mad. Get him, Bondy. Honestly, I feel like he an ain't shit nigga and you need to just leave him alone. But she not. One thing I do like about Kayla is she stands up for herself. I wish that Taylor would get on Chan's ass in the same way. Listen, Taylor get on that ass a little bit. When Taylor told him he sounded like a hoe, I died, okay? She wasted her 20s. I hope she don't waste her 30s on him. She absolutely wasted her 20s. And do you know what else pissed me off about Kayla and that mama? Kayla asked the mama, do she have to worry about cheating from Martell? And the mama sat there and lied to that girl face. After everything that girl did to help you, you lied to her face and told her that she don't have to worry about that. And then went out into the confessional and said, well, it is what it is. And this is why you have to leave people in a gutter where they at. I'm sorry. Y'all know how we always be trying to act like, we all black people. No, we not. No, we not. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. And you can't tell me that ain't something grimy as fuck about a woman that would allow for you to give up your young life for her raggedy ass son so she could have help and taking care of his raggedy ass while he's in jail. All to lie to your face about him cheating on you and then to savagely get in that confessional and say it is what it is. You a manipulative piece of shit just like your son. And that girl should run in the opposite direction. And I'm so sad that she spent 10 years of her fucking life, 13 years of her fucking life, helping you or your raggedy ass, dusty ass son in any way, shape, or form. Kayla, I am so sad that whatever you went through in your early life made you feel like you should have made a decision to be with that nigga for 13 years while he was in jail. To help his raggedy ass, know nothing, do nothing ass mama. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call that mama like I see her. All them tears and shit. I'm gonna be there for my son. Yeah, you're gonna continue to validate him so he can be a piece of shit, and then you're gonna protect him when he lies so he can continue to be a piece of shit, and y'all gonna be a piece of shit together, mother and son, piece of shit together. And he gonna disrespect you and run you into the ground, just like he plans on doing any woman he's with, and you've taught him how to do that. So congratulations, mama. You raised you a know nothing, do nothing ass, ignorant, mean ass son. Congratulations, you did a great job. Talking about everybody, nobody. You know what made me mad? When a mama, because Kayla hasn't told her brothers that she moved to be here with this nigga, right? Because her brothers would feel a way about her being with this know nothing, do nothing, dirty ass, grimy ass, creepy ass nigga, right? Her brothers would feel some type of way. The mama got the audacity to feel a way about that. Y'all are literally scamming the shit out of this girl, out of her youth and her years and her time, so you can have help and so he can have somebody waiting on him, so he can feel good about spending 13 years in jail knowing that some young girl is out there waiting on him. You really sat up there and acted like her brothers were fucked up for not being okay with this type of situation when you know you taking advantage of that girl, you know your son ain't shit, and you sitting up there talking to that girl about her brothers like her brothers are fucked up for not wanting to hear anything about your raggedy ass son and they sister being together. Them, I don't even know them and I like them. I haven't even seen her brothers. And the fact that she's too scared to tell her brothers that this is the dumb shit that she has decided to do makes me feel like her brothers had her best interest in heart. That mama gonna sit up there and say, ain't nobody had a perfect child. Bitch, we don't have to be perfect. What we have to not do is be pieces of shit that take advantage of folks that help us. To me, ain't nothing worse than people that actively take advantage and hurt and disregard the feelings of people who do for them selflessly. Kayla does for that nigga selflessly, selflessly. Y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like without thought for herself, she's doing shit for him, being there for him because she love him. But he's not giving her anything. He's not doing anything for her. He can't. He's in jail. The mama, you know, you taking advantage of the fact that Kayla lost her parents. And that's another thing that made me sad, y'all. Kayla's dad, first of all, Kayla looked like she was being raised by her grandparents, but I'm gonna let it go. Her daddy died 6 years ago, and then her mom died within the last 3 years, and her mom had cancer, and she had to watch her mama die, and she took care of her mom. So Martell's fucked up ass funky mama is taking advantage of the fact that Kayla is looking for mother and parental figures in her life right now. Martell, his whole family, y'all ain't shit. Kayla, please run in the opposite direction. I'm so sorry that you allow for these hood booger ass people to infiltrate your life, but they definitely played on your losses, played on your emotions, and used you and scammed you into thinking that they were really loving and caring about you. But anybody that was loving and caring about you as a woman, Martell's mama should have kept it a buck with you, and she didn't. She used you. And Martell should have fucked you and made you feel good and then went on about his way and did whatever he wanted to do, instead of treating you like shit, making you feel bad, and then leaving you so that he can come back to you later. That shit made me so sad. But let's go ahead and move on, y'all. Let's move on to Taylor and Chance. Where they at? Y'all, Chance ain't shit. I'm coming, y'all. Hold up. All right, y'all. Taylor and Chance. So, first of all, one of the very first things I noticed about their scenes together was him calling her a hillbilly for where she put her cups. I didn't like that. I think he's constantly trying to demean her and make it seem as if she's beneath him, even though you're fresh out of jail with nothing. And the only reason you had the possibility of a job straight out of getting out of jail was because of Taylor and her friend. Bobby, her sister, doesn't even really come out of her room anymore because she doesn't like Chance so much. And I understand why. I actually like Bobby. I don't know what they told us about Bobby, but I like Bobby. Bobby said, I'm gonna be where I'm at. I'm gonna stay out y'all business. But when my sister needs me, I'm coming in. Okay. So they were sitting down eating pizza. And she went to her sister's room to try to see if her sister was coming out. I think that might have made him upset, because then he starts to fuck with her on some Ike shit, talking about, take a piece of my pizza. She got her own pizza. She was like, no, I'm good. And he was like, oh, why you don't want to eat my pizza? Her little girl is all in his face. Her other daughter, her middle daughter, is sitting next to her and growing increasingly aggravated by him questioning her about why she don't want to eat the pizza and why she ordered the pizza and where she been and what she been doing and why she not hungry. It's like, so what you think? Dick made her not hungry? Like, what you think? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. He mad because he still don't have a job or whatever. Something happened with his license, so he wants to take that out on her, which was crazy as fuck to me, because she's the one that's helping you do everything, acting a fool about that damn pizza. And then they're laying in the bed going through, I guess, his letters and stuff that he brought home from prison, and they have a lot of phone numbers on it. And she was like, hold up, let me see that. And she starts to see all these women's numbers. And he was like, oh, that's my cousins. I got 26 cousins and I talked to all of them. And then this is a list of the girls I was talking to. And he laughed. And she was like, well, that sounds fucked up considering the fact that I couldn't have male friends. So why would you be able to have female friends? He flips it on her and starts talking about how because she said you had enough time to let go of all these women. And he was like, and you had enough time to get your ex off your phone and off the wall. And we was like, wait, what? And this is when we understand that apparently Taylor's baby daddy, who is the father of two of her kids, I believe, passed away. And there are pictures and drawings of him around the house and on her phone because she wants her daughters to be able to see, see the daddy, want to be around, see evidence that the daddy was there and know that when he was alive, they were in a loving relationship. She wants her daughters to see that. Well, he has a problem with that because for him, he wants to know if she's doing it for her or for her daughters. Now, y'all, I'm saying that facetiously because Chance is on bullshit. This has nothing to do with that ex. The ex is dead. So why are you jealous of an ex? Talking about, I want to know if she, if the person I'm putting my time and effort in is really, for me, or if she's still worrying about, hung up on an ex that's gone, that can't even be here. And I'm just like, no, you are deflecting. And honestly, it's the worst deflection that you could have ever done. Like, oh my God. Why Lyric keeps saying that her ex look black. I'm like, he's not black. Her children are white as snow. But either way, I'm looking at Chance like, wow, you are the biggest piece of shit that I have ever, you are one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen on this show. And what I mean by that is that any person that would use somebody's dead relative to deflect from them being a hoe, which I'm so glad that Taylor said that he was a hoe because he started talking about how he could have been with this one, he could have been with that one, and he didn't have to be with her with kids. He could have been with successful women without any kids, and he chose her. Then please take your bummy, know nothing, do nothing, having jailbird ass to one of those women then. If there were so many other women that you could have been with, please go and be with them. And the fact that you said that, it makes me feel like, so why did you choose the single mother with 3 children? Why did you choose the single mother with 3 children? Let me tell you something, Bobby. Bobby, you better stay in that house. If not to protect Taylor, please stay there so you can make sure that nobody is climbing into them little girls' beds at night. Because I don't trust Chance. Chance is too touchy-feely with the little girls, okay? Already creating issues amongst them. He's the type to say, I like you, but I don't like your sister. Like, he's the type to manipulate those little girls in more than one way. Bruh, I don't know what's going on, which ex is which and all of that type of stuff, but Chan seems like the type of man that would be with a insecure single mother so that he can abuse her children. That's what it felt like to me. It is definitely giving Predator. If I've ever seen it before, Chance is giving Predator. Chance is giving, I was looking for someone young and impressionable that I can use and abuse and that I can take advantage of her children. Because I'm probably, a grape juicer. Taylor, run in the opposite direction. After they finished arguing and she explained to him, what it means for her to make sure that her children know who their father is, considering he's gone, he started to rub his hands through her hair and put both of his arms on her shoulders. And I explained to y'all in my previous video that I pay attention to all of these little things because I'm starting to realize they're part of a bigger picture. When men who are controlling and abusive impose their physical bodies on women during disagreements and arguments, it's a dominance thing. It's a dominance thing. It's something that he's doing intentionally to, in some way, tire her. He's mentally tiring her. He's emotionally tiring her. And now all he has to do is physically put his heavy ass arms on her shoulders to showcase his dominance over her furthermore. So yeah, get him out of your house. Please get him out of your house. Please, please, please. Get Chance the fuck out of your house. Now let's move on to funnier and less heavy situations. Where's Kevin? Where's Kevin? Kevin, there you are, little wigger. So y'all, Tiffany already told Kevin last week she didn't want him to come and get her out of jail. And it turns out it's because Tiffany got sense. A little bit anyway. I feel like Kevin knocking Curtis the fuck out is going to endear Kevin to her because, you know, macho man. I'm turned on by a man that'll knock the fuck out of another man, even if I was friends with the man that he knocked out. Yeah, Kevin knocked Curtis the fuck out, and he told him he would. Kevin told him, "I'll knock your pussy ass out." That was his literal words. "I'll knock your pussy ass out." And Curtis put his hands behind his back and poked his chin out into the air, and Kevin laid him the fuck out with the quickness. With the quickness. Bow! And he was down. He was out like a light. Y'all, I liked Curtis. I thought Curtis was funny. But in 2022, like somebody said, please stop giving people your face to knock the fuck out of. Like, stop it. Stop giving them your face. Make them work for it. I felt like Curtis thought he was being funny, and Curtis didn't realize that Kevin really wanted smoke with him. Because Curtis was calling him a third grader and talking about how much of a joke he was and laughing back and forth as Kevin is calling Tiffany a bitch and a hoe and saying how he ain't about to fight over her nasty ass anyway. Like, he's doing all of this. And Tiffany is like, listen, I take relationships with people outside of prison with a grain of salt. Kevin has a lot of girls fighting over him, and that scares me. So I didn't trust him, which is why I told my friend Curtis, who I've been talking to for a while, who I really care about, to come and get me. Apparently, Kevin and Curtis run in the same circles. That's obvious. That's obvious. They have some of the same friends, some of the same associates. Okay, obviously, y'all are fucking the same inmate, so to speak. But Tiffany says that her and Curtis go way back. Curtis said they never were in a relationship, but they friends. But she kissed him in the mouth when they got in the truck. So I don't know. But either way, I felt like Kevin and Tiffany aren't over because Kevin is just like that baby mama of his. What is his baby mama? His baby mama named Kayla. I think that he's like her. When they can't get their way, when they feel like their charisma and their beauty isn't working in their, you know, in their favor with the person, then they get all jealous and irate and want to do all of this crazy stalker shit. That's why Kevin showed up, even though that girl told him not to. You got all these other girls on the leash that you're talking to, and you still went out of your way to drive a long distance to pop up on somebody that's in jail that told you not to show up. Yeah, him and that baby mama are a lot alike. And that's why he gonna keep fucking her on Sundays and stressing her the fuck out. Cling master. Why don't you cling a little faster? So yeah, y'all, that's it. That's all. That was Love After Lockup. That was growing up hip hop. I think that's all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do is next week I'm gonna come to y'all with All American and This Is Us. I'm gonna try to condense my notes as much as possible, but that video probably won't be until Tuesday because I have 2 episodes of All American to watch, and I think 3 episodes of This Is Us. I'm not sure, but it's a whole, and then I'm gonna have to, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of watching for those shows and then condensing those notes. So give me midweek for that. The other things, yeah, I know y'all care about more, so I like to kind of get those out of the way. And you know, make sure y'all are all signed up for the website. Okay. It's the way Tiffany came out and didn't even acknowledge Kevin when she was right. She was like, "Hey," and kept walking. That shit was funny. Kevin was feeling played like he played that ex. Kevin and Tiffany together now because Curtis is in jail. Child, I knew as soon as Kevin knocked Curtis' ass out that Tiffany's toxicity was going to come forth. Yeah, we're gonna get back into Bel Air, but y'all know Bel Air will be on the website first. So be signed up for the website. The members will get the new Bel Air episodes before everybody else. So yeah, y'all, I'm done. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I will come and talk to y'all later. Peace out.